right. I think we're synced. That sounds great.
Hello,
I can
human
hear you
beings.
coming in at the right
Our names
time.
don't matter, and podcast introductions are garbage.
They all are. It's true.
Every podcast introduction.
Welcome to the podcast.
No, shut up.
And here's the part, and I'll put in the podcast name here, and it'll come in my voice, and we'll cut this whole thing out where I'm saying all this.
Can we have like a stinger where it's like, wow, wow, wow.
Yes, please. Absolutely do that.
Wikipedia. Oh shit, that's a spoiler.
No, I was thinking. Okay, so I came up with 8 names that we could choose from.
All right,
that's a lie. I came up with one name, and it's WikiWhy, and then I looked it up, and it's already taken. There's a website called WikiWhy. So
damn, is
so I've been
WikiWalk
useless.
already taken?
WikiWalk? I don't know. Probably. We'll assume it is, and then we'll move on to something weirder.
Right. Yeah, like Wiki Saunter. Okay.
We're gonna do this. Yeah, let's go.
For the first random article. Le Tremblay au Monville.
I told you there's a bunch of useless places.
Well, this isn't necessarily a useless place, okay?
Look, it has information all the way up to 2008, and then it just stops. So this place no longer exists. That building over there on the top right that we see, that building no longer exists.
That's a nice building.
It's gone now.
Okay, it looks.
Should we take a moment to grieve
can't
it?
See this building. No, I don't think that our listeners need to know anything
building.
about Le Tremblay au Monville.
You were a good building to us. We saw you for at least 15 seconds.
For those who cannot see the building, it's a nice building, all right?
It's gorgeous.
It's got like 4 chimneys.
It has many chimneys, and I can't imagine why it would. I can't imagine why it would. But why would you need that many fireplaces? What are these people doing in there?
Pretty close together as well. Like, are the fireplaces all close together?
Okay, here's what I'm picturing is that there's a ballroom, and the ballroom has 5 fireplaces, because I can see now that I'm poking up in the middle a fifth chimney.
There's another chimney. Yeah.
They must be having very warm balls.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Le Tremblay au Monville.
Le Tremblay au Monville and your very warm balls.
This is just a train. We got into train Wikipedia.
Yeah.
This is the GE.
You don't like it when it happens,
B.
but sometimes
we're
you get
just gonna
stuck in
move
train
on.
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This is interesting.
What's this? Apirana Mahuika.
Who was a Maori tribal leader. He was the chair of... Oh, God, that's a word. Oh, God, there's more words that follow it. Te Runanga o Ngati.
Now, I feel like we're butchering this, and I feel like butchering it is somewhat disrespectful. I just have this feeling, so let's move on to the next one.
Got it. Oh,
the 2016 Korean Open. So this is obviously has to do with League of Legends, and that's your area of expertise. So I'll let you take over.
Well, it was a women's professional
League of Legends tournament. What's tennis? What?
Right. No. League of Legends. You're right. Played on hard courts,
as it usually is. As it usually is.
Could you imagine a soft court though, like for tennis specifically?
Oh man,
you're trying to like run around and hit balls with rackets, but you keep on sinking into the loam.
Oh, because you were thinking loam. Because I was thinking trampolines. Because if tennis were played on trampolines, then you could get some really good spikes in by like hitting up a huge jump.
I think that's already a thing.
Oh really?
Trampoline tennis is definitely a thing.
Well, I'm just imagining like maybe playing doubles, and you've got like you know how when like you have 2 people on a trampoline, one can jump at the same time as the other in order to like launch them in the air. I don't know how the transfer of energy works, but it does. Yeah. I've seen it on YouTube. Sure. Yeah, so I'm picturing some kind of like it would have to be in some kind of like coliseum or something with a really high ceiling or no ceiling at all. Oh, look at that! It actually is a thing.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But they're playing it on these like tiny little trampolines. What is that?
You need a bigger trampoline.
Yeah, that's not good.
What the fuck is this?
How are you going to get the transfer of energy? Like, this is just ridiculous. Is that a medicine ball like behind her?
She's got like a 1.5 foot diameter trampoline.
I'm afraid that either my perspective is messed up, or that tennis ball is about the size of a medicine ball. And
I think that tennis ball is not a tennis ball. That is a medicine
it's obvious.
ball.
Well, she's holding a racket, Jay. Like, what else could it possibly be?
She is holding a racket. Why would there just be a medicine ball on
right,
the court?
exactly. That's a good question.
It must be a tennis ball.
It has to do with what she is doing, obviously.
Maybe it's bigger because she can't leave the trampoline.
Or maybe she had only like money for one picture of her trampoline tennis, and someone left her medicine ball in the frame, and she was like, after the picture was taken, like, oh, I'm so sorry, let me move that. And she's like, no, I only had $200.
$3.
All right, what's next?
Right. Let's see. What do we got here? Amour.
Amour.
Oh.
This is actually
a 2012 film. It's a French language romance tragedy film.
And it was nominated in 6 categories of the 25th European Film Awards, which I didn't know that other countries had awards for films. Is that a thing, really?
Well, I'd assume so,
There's
considering that other countries also make films.
No, I know. Wait, what?
Well, there's also Academy Awards.
There's the Oscars. Then
right,
the
best
other
foreign
one.
language film.
Oh
my! It actually won an Oscar.
So this was like the 25th European Oscar Award for British films.
I guess.
All right, let's move into the plot. What's going on here?
Yeah. After residents of a Paris apartment building complain of a smell coming from one of the apartments. Oh yeah. A brigade of firemen and police break down its door to find the corpse of Anne lying in bed, adorned with cut flowers.
Yeah, I mean
that's sort of an in media res thing, because several months before the opening scene, Anne and her husband George's
it might be Jorge. I don't know.
Yeah, but I like the idea that this fella's name is just plural.
Georges.
Georges. Hi, I'm Johns.
So Anne, tell me, who is it you've brought with who is it you've brought with you to the very warm ball? Oh, these are my husbands, Georges. and none of them speak individually; they all speak as a group, but like slightly delayed. You know, like a crowd of people who are trying to speak at the same time.
So both Anne and the Georges are both retired piano teachers in their 80s, attending.
When you say both, you mean all, of course.
All retired piano teachers in their 80s attend a performance by one of Anne's former pupils, Alexandre.
Oh, okay.
They return home to find that someone has unsuccessfully tried to break into their apartment. Oh my goodness. The next morning, while they are eating breakfast, Anne just fucking has a stroke.
Damn, this plot is just chugging along.
Wow.
It does not quit.
First, we're attending performance, retired piano teachers. They're both in their 80s.
It's hitting all those like real, like solid tropes in film. 80-year-old piano teachers.
There's frequently first act strokes in my favorite media.
Yeah.
Unable to. Oh my God, Georges are unable to persuade her to get medical attention until Anne finds she is unable to pour herself a drink.
Okay, because like when you said that Anne just suffers a stroke, I thought that like for some reason, and I know it's not true, but I thought that she was unconscious. So I'm picturing the Georges like surrounding her, and they're like, "Anne, you gotta go," and they're like, "Why aren't you going? You gotta get to the hospital."
The Georges are like, Anne, what are you doing just lying there? You need to get medical attention.
You need medical attention. Okay.
Wow, so she undergoes surgery on a blocked carotid artery, but it goes wrong.
Oh no.
Leaving her paralyzed on her right side and confined to a wheelchair.
Common for a stroke, okay.
Right, and she makes the Georges promise not to send her back to the hospital or to a nursing home.
She has a phobia. It's understandable.
And, right, yeah, of course. You have a stroke, you go to the hospital. Sooner or later, you're like, maybe the stroke caused my hospital. I mean, maybe the hospital caused my stroke.
I mean, like, why? Why, George? Why have you given me this stroke?
Right.
You know, I'm starting to understand the title of the movie now, Amour. It makes a lot of sense because the more of Georges that there are, the more likely it is that your stroke is going to cause you to go to the hospital. Because he's the one standing around George,
there. But then the stroke happens.
He's the ones that are standing around there and saying, let's go to the hospital, which the stroke wouldn't have caused that, you know, and her right side probably would have been fine. That's what I'm saying. So the movie makes sense. I mean,
of course.
And as you know, the plot of the movie is contained in each title. Every movie, the title is a summary of the plot.
So these are pretty boring right here until Alexandre comes back in. You remember her?
Yeah, she was the one that was dead and covered in cut flowers in the opening scene when we were in the ballroom.
No, but okay.
All right.
She was the piano student of Anne.
Oh yeah, I remember her now.
Right.
Yeah, she's the redhead. Yeah.
She steps by and gets dressed up and carries on a lively conversation, but then she has another stroke.
Fuck.
And that leaves her demented.
Isn't that how it goes?
Incapable of coherent speech.
Isn't that how it goes? When it rains, it pours. You know, and that really brings us back to the title, Amour. You know, more and more is happening.
Amour it rains.
Amour it rains.
Amour it rains. Amour it
pours.
Okay.
Yeah. What happens next?
Well, the
Wait, can I put a guess in? Because I'm just gonna. Can I put like a wager in, maybe $5 if I get this right?
Sure. Well,
somebody
not my $5,
but just generally like a $5 bill will like coalesce in my hands if I get this right.
We'll figure out the details.
Okay. I'm gonna guess somebody has a stroke. That's my guess. Okay. So go on. Is it?
You're correct because.
Oh, really?
She's had two.
No. I'm talking about after that. Like we're moving on from the second stroke. Yeah. we're done with the second. She had her right side paralyzed. Now she has her left side paralyzed. I'm moving on to like the inside. You know, she really gets spiritually paralyzed.
Well, you are correct because she does die.
Oh, that's kind of a stroke.
Oh no.
Okay.
The Georges are taking care of her. But
good,
then they like get sick of it.
Really? They just give up.
Yeah, as they reach the story's conclusion,
they're like
he picks up a pillow and smothers her.
Oh shit. They're like, do you know what I don't want to do today? It's take care of Anne. That's what I don't want to do. So, I mean, what are my options?
The bedroom door shut.
Did you say tapes?
Yes.
I'm picturing like Scotch tape here. It doesn't say anything specific.
Just wait. And catches a pigeon that has flown in through the window.
Oh shit! That pigeon represents something. If I know stories, and I've
especially French.
I've seen at least a few movies. Especially French movies, for real. Mm-hmm. If I know French movies, that pigeon is not just a pigeon. It probably represents something, right?
Like a pigeon. In the letter,
I'm figuring the pigeon probably represents a group of pigeons. It's like sort of a delegate, you know. It's coming
like
in. It's
one
trying to
George out of many.
Like we've been pooping on your statues, and we've been trying to enact a statue pooping tax, and.
We're the ones.
We're here to collect.
Who caused the stroke. We did it.
Yeah.
It was us. I'm a pigeon. Stroke.
Yeah.
Anyways, in the letter that Georges is writing to explain how Anne died, he explains that he has released the pigeon.
Okay.
So and then
wait, no, sorry. Who's the letter to? Oh, it's to just whoever finds her.
Right.
Oh.
And then Georges kind of like hallucinates that Anne is washing dishes in the kitchen.
Oh man, that's regret right there. That's the pigeon of regret.
Right, and then Anne calls for Georges to bring a coat, and they comply and follow her out of the door.
Yeah, him seeing her do dishes after she's dead is a metaphor for the pigeon that represents regret.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a good film.
Shit. Yeah, look at these awards.
Wow.
There is a lot of accolades here. It won Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actress in a Leading Role, Best Original Screenplay, Best Foreign Film, and that is only in one of the film festivals. One out of like at least 30 film festivals.
So what did
this is in?
What did the metaphorical what did the metaphorical pigeon win? What did the character whatever pigeon played that pigeon? I'm not seeing anything.
I don't think they give awards to pigeons. Maybe $5.
That's probably it. All right. Well, let's move on to the next Wikipedia.
I've gotten all my questions answered.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh, we've got Kelly Morgan
back.
Here.
We are back in business, talking about some trampoline
Morgan.
tennis.
Right, a Welsh badminton player.
Welsh badminton being trampoline, another word for trampoline tennis. Welsh badminton.
Oh my god. Hey, you want to go out back and play some Welsh badminton?
Like, I don't know, man. My ankle still hurts from the last time.
What the fuck makes trampoline tennis Welsh, and why is it like transferred from tennis to badminton?
I don't know a lot about Wales. My middle name is Welsh. I know that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Reese is Welsh.
Brag about it.
Okay, well.
Okay.
What's your middle name? It's part of your first name. You don't have one.
I don't.
Yeah. So Kelly Morgan plays trampoline tennis. And represents.
I thought you were gonna say Kelly Morgan plays the pigeon.
You know what? Actually, that would kind of make all this come together. So I'm gonna go with that. Kelly Morgan, the trampoline tennis player, actually played the pigeon. We can't go back.
Right, now I'm thinking of pigeons as musical instruments.
Yeah, dude. It's like that YouTube video of the guy with the cat where he holds the cat and it makes it yodel by like wiggling it while it's meowing. You know? Yeah, it's that but a pigeon. So you can do a pigeon coo, right? Because I can't roll my R's. Yeah, there you go. There it is. So Kelly Morgan, the pigeon yodeler, also played Welsh badminton, otherwise known as trampoline tennis. Yeah, and represented Wales, which is my homeland. And
wow, this is really all turning up for us today.
Yeah.
Really,
it's all coming together. It's crazy that it is too, because these are random Wikipedias, so it's not like we have pre-selected these Wikipedias and then done a really smart thing where we line them all up in a row so that things connect and we can think more clearly or anything. What's Pontypridd?
Right, I want to just point attention to this real quick. Our friend Aston, apparently, even though her name is Kelly Morgan.
Yeah.
The article refers to her as
Aston.
As Aston.
Yeah, it's a nickname.
Right, which is
it's sort of an inside joke, Aston.
I think it's either her.
No,
it's her. It's her married name.
Aston.
Okay.
Let's click random.
She was born in Pontypridd, though.
That sounds like a place from RuneScape. It looks gorgeous, though.
Right.
It had a bridge.
This is Voivodship.
Lower Silesian Voivodship.
All right, we're gonna skip this one.
Administrative district, yeah, pass.
Oh, okay. Admiral Algernon Walker-Heenage Vivian.
Oh, I love it.
Which is Walker-Heenage Vivian is
amazing
double hyphenated.
Of a name. That's beautiful.
What a name.
Yeah, Algernon Walker-Heenage Vivian. Mm.
Yeah, he was a senior Royal Navy officer of the earliest 20th
the earliest 20th century.
The earliest 20th century.
That's like earliest, but even more so. So it's like
I don't really care about his early life or naval career. So let's skip right into his twilight years.
I care mostly about his late life. I want to hear how this guy died, to be honest. And I don't want to be more mortific for mortify. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to be focused on death, but I do want to know how he died.
he died on the 26th of February in 1952. Ouch. In a place called Black Pill.
Oh no! So I can guess what he died of.
Right, yeah, I think he died of the black pill.
He died of knowing too much.
That is unfortunate.
Yep.
He worked on this ship called the HMS Albion. A lot of Al's in this fella's life.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to go solo for about 5 minutes because I gotta take some macaroni out of the oven.
Oh, out of the oven?
Yeah. I'm not sure how I got in there.
No,
I gotta go take it out.
Don't explain. Get your macaroni out of that oven.
I'll be right back.
All right. So we're gonna move on to another random article, and we're gonna surprise him when he gets back. He'll probably have a mouth full of gooey, delicious mac and cheese, and I'll have absolutely nothing. So it's more out of spite than anything that I'm continuing without him. Oh goodness, the first random article I got was absolutely jack shit. There was no point in doing it. Oh, hello there. This could be interesting. Tenant screening is a process used primarily by residential landlords and property managers to evaluate. Sorry, my heart's not in this. I'm just thinking about that delicious gooey mac and cheese, and it just tumbling out of his mouth onto the plate, and I don't know how we make mac and cheese in the oven, but it's probably like better that way. You know how bread is better when you make it in the oven instead of in the microwave,
All right, so it is looking bad, but I'm gonna let the fireman handle it. So
okay,
I'm back. All right.
Well, I've got an article about tenant screening. It sounds like the most boring thing, but I feel like there might be something here in terms of comedy riffing.
Okay.
Can you comedy riff on eviction? Is that allowed?
It's too soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go for another random
I'm pretty
one.
sure someone has been evicted recently.
Oh boy. The Master Plan, an album by the Dream Warriors.
Oh, excellent. Oh, they're a hip-hop group, I see.
Yeah,
Perfect.
the third studio album by Canadian hip-hop group.
See, that just cancels out. Yeah, that's just a positive and a negative type scenario, you know? It's nothing. Right. It's absolutely nothing.
It's released... okay, so it's like it's a neutral so far. So kind of like a...
It's like if you...
a really neutral band.
I was going to say... No, I was going to say like full neutral. Like it's like if you had a disc that had just like full static on it, like
so it's just
white
like
noise.
Yeah, okay. So maybe some good drone to fall asleep to. Compared to their previous albums, the Master Plan is more Caribbean influenced, featuring collaborations with artists such as Beanie Man. Hold on, I want to know about Beanie Man.
Click through, that's allowed.
All right. Beanie Man is a Jamaican dancehall DJ, but DJ is spelled...
Is that a different thing? It is.
It is. Okay, hold on. We gotta
this
get
is
in
crazy.
Here. DJ spelled Deejay is a Jamaican DJ.
Is that all that
not
discerns
to be
them?
confused with disc jockey.
It's
and not to be
completely
confused with the Street Fighter character
named DJ. Yeah. So
Right.
in Jamaican music, a DJ is basically a DJ, but he's Jamaican.
Right. And he also toasts to an instrumental rhythm.
That's called rapping.
That's a Jamaican word for rhythm.
Rhythm is the Jamaican pronunciation of rhythm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. No, I can hear that.
Are these just Jamaican versions of the same things?
No, you're not allowed to say that.
Wait, then it says toasting or rap in other parts of the Anglo-Caribbean.
Okay.
Is the act
so there
of
are
talking
certain
or
parts,
chanting in a monotone melody.
So there are certain
over
parts
a rhythm or a beat
of Jamaica which are like, no, we're gonna stick with the regular words. You boys can go out there with your rhythm and your DJ, which is not even a different word. It's not even a different pronunciation.
It's literally a homophone. It's the same fucking thing.
It's the same thing.
Right.
Okay.
It also exists in grime and hip-hop coming out of the United Kingdom. Fellas, this is just rap!
No, it's not. It's toasting. It's a different word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the combination of singing and toasting is known as sing-jaying.
So it's like DJing, but instead of D'ing, you're singing, you know?
Right. And if we go into the Wikipedia article for Singjay, it's a Jamaican style of reggae vocals combining toasting and singing in an elastic format that encourages rhythmically compelling and texturally impressive vocal embellishments.
Honestly, it's rapping. Let's move on.
It's just rapping, yeah. All right, fuck Singjaying, fuck DJ, and let's get back to what
I was gonna say fuck Beanie Man, but like we can't. I mean, he probably wouldn't let us, first of all. But
he's got international stardom.
All right, so he's famous all over the world.
He first appeared as himself in the 1997 film Dance Hall Queen.
I thought that's like how he broke in, you know? You're saying like
Right.
like his first appearance ever in media was in a film where he played himself.
Right, he's like, "Hey, I'm Beanie Man. I'm a DJ."
It's like it's not even a film that has anything to do with rap or DJing or anything. They're just having a normal film. There's like cut flowers on a corpse, you know, there's a pigeon coming in that's a metaphor. Somebody's had two strokes, they're paralyzed.
Film.
He just like Crab walks in and he's like, "Hey, I'm Beanie Man," and then Crab walks out and that's it.
The lyrics to some of his songs have been criticized for inciting the murder of homosexuals.
Wow. That's not. He's not fucking around. He wants him dead. That's bad.
Beanie Man.
That's probably what he said when he appeared in the film. Crab walked in. "Hey, I'm Beanie Man. Kill the gays."
"Hey, I'm Beanie Man. Murder homosexuals." All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like I don't want to learn any more about Beanie Man.
No, I think that's plenty.
He had a he had a feud with another rapper, which is understandable because that's how a lot of rappers, you know.
Wow.
That's how they gain their
That
acclaim.
was really enlightening.
Yeah.
We got some villages here. Richard Hart, a journalist, a
Hart
staple of Bay Area television.
Like the deer, like a large deer. I don't know if it's actually has to be large. I just always picture Harts as large.
I thought it was like a doe. Oh no,
Yeah.
It's an adult male deer.
That's why they're large. Yeah.
Right,
those
especially
boys are
a
big.
red deer over 5 years old.
It seems weirdly specific.
Specifically.
Yeah. A heart.
Is that a heart? Well, I don't know, Jimmy. You gotta count the rings.
It's like, no, well, yes, it is a heart, but it's not like especially a heart, you know? Like, that's clearly you can see that's
right,
a
of
tan
course.
deer, and tan deers
Right.
are only like regular hearts, not special hearts.
Well, if it's a red deer that's an adult, then it's a heart. And if
feel
it's
like
a
that'll get
tan
confusing.
deer that's over 5 years old,
Then it's a heart. Okay, but if it's a tan deer
under
Yeah.
5 years old,
I don't think you can call that a heart. Maybe a spleen, liver.
I like how under education and milestones it just says Richard Hart has a physics degree. Like, congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, good job, man. That can't have taken a small amount of time.
Right. Ooh, another horse race.
What do you mean another horse race?
We talked about tennis.
Oh, right, yeah, which is, as everybody knows, played on horses who are yet still themselves on trampolines. Yeah.
Ooh, what else can we fit in here? Is there like hats on people, on horses, on trampolines with tennis?
What kind of hat? Like, does it have a little mouse on the hat, you know? And the mouse is like carrying a platter, and the platter's got little cheeses on it. And the cheeses are on little traps, and the rat's trying to like catch little lice or something. Anyway, let's move on.
we got a cat on the hat chasing the mouse on the hat with a platter full of cheeses on traps with lice on a guy playing trampoline tennis with a horse.
With a horse? Like he's playing against the horse? So there's a guy on a horse playing against like an anthropomorphic horse.
Yeah, no, just a normal horse. It's got the racket in its mouth.
It's not even playing. It's just like it happened to accidentally hit it once, and they're like, that horse can play trampoline tennis.
It's like
bring him on in.
Horses, that's so bullshit. It's always like, wow, this horse can paint. No, it can't. Fucking look at that. It smears.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically,
it's not painting.
Technically, all painting.
Shut up, Warhol.
Smears are what comprise all art is smears.
No, I imagine that horses are very bad at normal tennis, but at trampoline tennis, they shine.
They have that. They have two.
No, please justify this for me.
Well, they have two knees on each leg.
Oh. That's a total of 8 knees.
Yeah, it is, and that's what makes them better on the trampoline. Because
humans only have the 4.
Well, when you jump on the trampoline, you'll notice you use your knees quite a bit, right? Because as you go down, you got to bend those knees, and if you go up again, because if you ever stood on a trampoline and locked your knees, nothing happens, right? Am I right? You don't go anywhere.
Maybe. It depends on how powerful your ankles are.
Well, horses can actually jump 16 times higher than humans on a trampoline because of the 8 knees. Yeah.
Double something.
Well, humans only have 2 knees, and
right.
8 times
2 to the 4th. Right. 2 to the 4th is 16.
So therefore, horses.
It makes sense. Horses. Let's move on.
It does make sense. It does make sense.
Atticus. This is our first biological one.
Oh, I love it. It's beautiful. It looks like a pigeon.
Right.
Do you think this page is a metaphor?
Bird. It is a genus of seed snipe, apparently.
That motherfucker looks like he's trying to steal my seeds. I'm just saying. He looks like he's about to take my seeds.
Seeds. Right.
He's got that look in his eye like, you got seeds?
Do you think they were named by like the original explorers?
You got some seeds?
Like, oh man, these seeds are delicious. Oh, what the fuck,
dude? That happened
Damn
once.
You seed snipe.
That's how you name things, right? Like the first thing you say when it appears in your life is what it's called, right? I mean, that's how we name our babies.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck is that? Is a bird.
That's why my name, as everybody knows, is, Squishy Bloody.
That's why my name is...
That was what was happening.
All right, so it's part of the South American family of small gregarious waders. What do you mean gregarious?
Gregarious waders. Dude, oh my god, I definitely heard WAIT, because if you can picture a small group of gregarious waders coming at you like...
Okay.
Yeah. Fond of company.
Usually it means fond of company or sociable, but
right.
Apparently of animals, it also means living in flocks or loosely organized communities.
I don't think that's an alternate. Clusters. Yeah, I feel like that's not an alternate definition at all. That's the same thing, really. Fond of company, sociable,
living in flocks.
Yeah,
that. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fair. So there are a bunch of small Frenchmen with wings who are
trying to steal your seeds.
Excited, trying to steal your seeds, but it's because they think that you're done and they're trying to clean up the plate.
Yeah, that's right. They are still waiters.
You go to a restaurant and the waiter just tries to take your food before you're done. You're like, stop!
Hey, get out of here! You gotta sort of wave your hand at him.
Monsieur, can I take your
plate?
Monsieur.
I can picture like the flock of birds coming in after you're finished. You've eaten your meal. The tables are starting to be pulled away, and everybody's like trying to force you to stop. Because the warm ball.
Yeah, and you're trying to like
people are starting to dance already.
Box, your
violins are going
for your food, but they kind of just start like picking it up with their fingers. And
yeah, you're like, hey man, I wanted to save those seeds because of course
I am the box.
Piles of seeds is what you've been eating. Anyway,
they look superficially like partridges.
I thought they looked superficially like pigeons, like metaphorical pigeons.
They've got a nice heart,
like a large deer. Like on the inside, they've literally got a large deer.
Right. It's really interesting. Like topologically, it shouldn't be possible.
That's why they have to eat so many seeds. I mean, they got a lot of meat to sustain.
Gotta feed the deer.
Yeah.
It's honestly like a jackpot because if you're a hunter, like shooting Atticus,
right?
You're shooting seed snipes out there.
Yeah.
One, it's like.
a flock of seed snipes coming in. They're all like, Monsieur, Monsieur, Monsieur. They're coming in. That's what they sound like seagulls, you know.
Hold
Monsieur,
on.
Monsieur.
I'm gonna do my best impression of what it sounds like to shoot one of these. And what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna ask you to explain like visually what's going on as I make these sounds.
Okay. All right, so. Okay, so there's a hunter and his dog. We see him in the field there, and the dog seems to have gotten eye of something.
And that's the whole thing.
No. Surely there must be more.
Explain what just happened.
All right, so there was a hunter in a field, and the hunter had a dog. The dog noticed something. He was like, "Look up there in the sky, hunter." And the hunter was like, "Oh, dear God, it's a flock of Atticus." And he shot a bunch. He just like threw a handful of duck shot up into the air. I know, he's incredible. Quite a hunter. He threw it up there, and it hit at least 3 or 4 birds. They were in the air as they were going by, Monsieur, Monsieur, and then they got hit by the duck shot and exploded into deer, and the deer rained down from the sky. Thum, 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 thum. I heard the thum, 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 thum sound that you made, and and then he had to again throw more duck shot by the handful so that he could take the deer down.
Okay.
The unfortunate part of this practice is that you don't actually get any bird meat.
Could you explain 2 of the noises I made specifically? Those being...
Yeah, so the was him taking a fat rip from his vape before he throws the duck shot, and the thump was the exploding of the Atticus into thousands of deer.
Thousands of... Holy shit.
Yeah, this boy is chock full of deer.
Let's move on. All right, this is Terrence Edward Hall, an English musician and lead singer of The Specials, and formerly of Fun Boy 3.
I feel like that's a really
stop for a second.
Unfortunate name.
Fun Boy 3.
Oh, I was talking about The Specials. I just feel like I wouldn't want
to. Well, I feel like going to The Specials from the Fun Boy 3 is kind of.
That's like, true. That's a step down.
Big old uh-oh right there.
Yeah.
Collaborated with many artists, including Bananarama, Lightning Seeds, the
We're
Gorillaz,
back to Seeds. I can't believe this.
Lily Allen, Shakespeare's sister.
Is that like... Surely you can't mean Shakespeare's sister.
Oh, sorry. Shakespeare's sister are an alternative pop yada yada yada. Formed by singer-songwriter Siobhan Fahey, a former member of Bananarama.
Oh, so he's cheating. Because he didn't actually have. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He didn't actually have 12 collaborations.
Associations. Yeah, he just had.
In fact,
11.
can we safely assume here that all of these bands are just like a pool of 5 people under different names?
Right. Probably, yeah. Like Salad.
Yeah, Salad is just
a UK-based alternative rock group formed in London in 1992.
That's just a band name that you'd make up when you're trying to come up with band names. You know what I mean?
Right. He's like, yeah, no, I've been on a lot of bands. Salad.
He's just looking at things around him. Right. Oh, cat.
Scented candle.
Yeah, I've been in so many bands, man. Okay.
Oh, born and raised in Coventry, England, Hall was abducted by a pedophile ring at the age of 12.
Hate to see it. Hate to see it.
Oh my.
Wow. Well, that's
pretty intense.
Serious. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to riff on that.
Let's continue.
Right.
No. I mean, like, press random.
Hey. Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of this. Pedophile's in here. All right. That's as much riffing as I'm gonna do.
Ooh, this looks fun. It's a lost 1980. Sorry, not 1980. 1918.
Right off the bat, I'm like, if it's lost, fellas, if it's lost, how is there a Wikipedia article about it? First of all.
Well, probably it like burned after.
Oh, right. So it was lost. Right. Like I was thinking more of like a permanent sense of lost. Like, nobody knows about it. That's what people mean when they say lost, right?
Actually, like super fucking interesting. There's there's a wiki for Lost Media. I don't know if it's just called like the Lost Media Wiki.
Oh, there's an entire wiki. I thought you meant there's like a Wikipedia page, and I'm like, well, yeah.
No, there's just a full wiki for Lost Media, which is really interesting. I was actually following this YouTuber a while back who made videos on Lost Media, particularly anime, and it's really cool just to what extents people will go to try to figure out like where it is, how it got lost, and sometimes recovering it, which is always super fascinating. For example, this YouTuber who I'm talking about, Kenny Lauderdale, discovered this VHS of this anime, and like one of his fans sent it in for him to watch, and it was one of the only VHSs in existence of that anime, and he was just kind of like showing clips of it. And
that's really cool.
It is cool stuff, and it makes me think that like maybe in the future there will be historians devoted to just finding lost media. Like that's what they do.
Yeah,
they go through archives and
it
try
stands
to
to reason
everything.
After long enough that there's going to be enough lost media for that to be like a specialization of a media degree.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Of like history in general, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure.
I feel like any history degree worth its salt will eventually take a foray into lost media, particularly because I don't know if you're familiar with the concept of anafabulas, but they are kind of works of fiction that are centered around other works of fiction that do not exist.
Okay.
So, for example, like a fan fiction written of a work that doesn't actually exist in the first place.
Yeah, no, I'm reading a book right now, Cambridge Introduction to Creative Writing, and it goes into that as a really good sort of creative exercise to get you familiar with a voice that's different from your own, where you can.
It's incredible.
Yeah, you can translate a work that doesn't exist, where you're specifically trying to get into how you would express a voice that's different from your own. You know.
Right.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And it's fascinating because I kind of just want to be that guy who makes anafabulas that are just like movie reviews or shit for shit that doesn't exist, just to confuse those future lost media historians.
Well, you know, House of Leaves is, I guess, anafabula because it deals specifically with a work that the main character is sort of reading while he explains what's happening in his life. It's really interesting. I love postmodern stuff like that.
Yeah, it is really cool. So let's move on to Out of a Clear Sky's plot. And the plot here is as described in a film magazine. So this is sort of the anafabula, I guess, if this is lost. Oh, it's got a still, though. We've got one still from this movie. It looks pretty nice.
It does. It's got a woman who seems to be glowing from behind. And I love the lighting in this.
Who also seems to be glowing from behind.
There's a pigeon. There's several ducks. They're filled with deer. They're on trampolines, all of them. There seems to be a chimney.
The chimney is stuffed with meat.
Just engorged with meat.
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on from the engorged to meat.
The Countess of Berserk et Krim, a self-willed Belgian maiden, refuses to be used as a pawn of state. Don't we all, sister?
I know.
It's rough. The political ambitions.
You gotta dodge them left and right, fight them off with sticks, trying to use you as a pawn of state.
Actually, this sounds really fun.
Wait, maybe we should watch it. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Oh.
It's been lost.
She ultimately finds herself alone and friendless in a mountain gorge. A prey to despair.
Haven't we all? Boy.
Yeah. It reminds me of Unemployed in Greenland.
Yes.
Alone and friendless in a mountain gorge.
And then she meets someone real suspicious.
Yeah.
A big boy with lots of money. Big money boy.
Oh, right. Prevailed upon by a boy to visit his granny in the mountains.
Yeah, that's sus.
They scarcely had left the cabin when it is hit by lightning and destroyed.
Rough.
What is this movie about?
It's a movie about, you know.
On his return, Robert finds fragments of Celeste's dress and believes she died in the cabin. She's like, well, fuck, lightning got her.
Yeah, you know how lightning is. Takes the body, leaves the dress. Yeah.
Goodness. he finds her later and tells her that he can rid her of her uncle by showing him the charred remains of her dress. Wait, Robert thought she died.
Yeah, no,
And
but
then
she did. She
finds her
outran
later.
the lightning. The lightning came at her, and she's like, "Oh shit, there's a bolt!" And she just outran it, and it just took the edge off her dress. So he thought that she was dead.
narrow escape.
But then it says, and here's what confuses me about this whole thing is, it says Robert and Celeste plight their troth. So,
Wait,
what?
what?
So what does that?
Plight.
So what does plight their troth? Is that like a phrase? I'm figuring it's a phrase that I'm not familiar with, right? Can we just search
Right,
plight
well,
their troth? Can we figure out?
I would, but it sounds funnier if we just make something up.
Okay, so we know what plight means. It means something bad.
Right.
And
Right.
if you're plighting something, that I figure that has to mean you're, making something bad
Endangering it?
happen.
Possibly via lightning.
Right. And then troth, as
And
everybody
they're-
knows, is what
Right,
pigs
it's
eat
just,
out of. Yeah.
pig food. Mm-hmm. So they're starving the pigs. How horrible.
Oh man. I mean, if you almost get hit by lightning, I can understand if you're angry, but don't take it out on the pigs.
Right. All right, so we are going to continue. Oh my goodness. Henry Brown with an E. Farmer. Is
I like that-
An
I like that
American
it's-
short propaganda film.
Oh, okay. I thought it was about a dude. And I'm like, all right.
No.
We got a wiki entry about a farmer.
No. It was produced in 1942.
This is like the character in The Office that says, Bob Vance Refrigeration. That's how he always says his name. He says his title or his job in his name, and this is Henry Brown, farmer. Always introduces himself
John
that way.
Peters, the farmer from Night Vale.
Henry Brown, farmer. How you doing? How you
It's
doing,
about
bud? Henry Brown,
African
farmer.
American contributions to the war effort during World War II. Narrated by Canada Lee. What? You can't make an American propaganda film and hire a narrator named Canada Lee?
You can do whatever you want in Hollywood. It's just a lawless
Turns
land.
out it was made by Canada? Good God.
So it's not American, is what I'm hearing.
It begins with stock footage of soldiers and shit, and the narrator notes that we had an army behind.
Did you say in
war
shit?
series.
And when you
No,
and when you say in shit, which you did say, do you mean like in a lot of trouble?
No, in literal shit.
Oh, so literary shit. Like they're in a lot of like sort of bad novels and like
they're kinda
rejected
like
screenplays and
slogging through the Hemingway. Ugh.
oh man, rough stuff.
Yeah, so the army behind them is American agriculture. The
All
story
of it?
switches to a day in the life of Henry Brown, farmer.
All of it?
Yeah.
That's rough.
Henry Brown, farmer.
So he's
is
just
38
slogging
years
through all
old.
these novels. He's like trying to make his way, but then behind him, like this enormous crowd of people just like, please read my novel. And oh, I'm sorry. Agriculture is behind him. Yeah, not the novels.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's got huge tracts of land following him. Anyway, go on.
Right. Henry Brown is 38, married with 3 children, makes his living off the land. When the sun comes up,
I got that
every
from his
member of
name.
the family, yep, has their chores to do. Little Henry.
Yeah, the smaller
38
version
years
of
old.
regular Henry that follows him
Married with
around.
3 children. So small Henry goes to milk the cow. This is the first year.
It's
they
his
had a
job
cow.
because he
these
can fit
aren't
under it.
farmers. Hold the fucking phone. This is the first year they had a cow. What kind
They're
of
poor.
fucking farmer?
They're poor farmers. They've been milking pigs. Yeah.
Hey fella, can I get you to buy a jug of milk? I don't know what kind of milks. It's pig sperm.
Why do you always ask what kind of milk? Why don't you ever just buy it? Oh man,
You ever been duped by Henry Brown the farmer into buying pig milk?
Henry Brown is just no wonder agriculture is chasing after him. They're like, please, Henry, stop selling sperm as milk. It's disgusting.
Holy shit! This paragraph right here sounds like something by Faulkner. This sounds like Hemingway. Hold on, I'm gonna read this dramatically.
Do it.
Henry looks out into his field. He's not planting what he usually plants. Peanuts, like the government man asked. The peanuts will create peanut oil. contributing to the war effort. Henry Brown doesn't have a tractor, but only 2 mules. Sort of like introspective, you know?
Yeah, it's
really
introspective.
Deep.
Yeah, deep.
You okay there?
Oh, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm just stuck on... He's not planting what he usually plants. All right, let's move on. Next article.
Like the government man asked. All right. I got some more villages, useless people. Hold on. Hair cutting shears.
I know a lot about hair cutting shears, my friend. I can tell you a lot.
Hair cutting shears are scissors that are specifically designed for cutting hair.
All right. Bit of a tautology there.
They commonly have an appendage.
That's true.
Yeah.
A little bolt at the end of it to rest your pinky on.
Right.
Yeah.
This gives the user additional control when cutting.
Yeah.
A swiveling thumb ring is new technology.
Oh, I love those.
Design.
No, seriously, I gotta say, the swiveling thumb ring makes cutting so much more comfortable. Like, you can just hold that bitch, like, diagonal. You can hold it sideways. And, I mean, like, you'd think that wouldn't matter. And probably on human hair, it doesn't really matter that much. Because, like, you've only got a small surface area to work with.
Before you reveal what your profession is, I'm just going to move on so that people are like, human hair?
Yeah, let's do... Okay. Seal. Of course.
But not a seal as in like an or a seal as in it's sealed.
Yeah.
The sound of deer exploding
and
out
not,
of a seed snipe.
And not a seal as in... not like that, not that kind of seal.
No, we're talking about the Bengali Hindu Brahmin family name. It means literally the quality of being devoted.
Yeah. I mean, again, when people are born, people are named after exactly what's going on around them. So somebody looked at the mother giving birth and they're like, damn, she's devoted. So he was named Seal.
They look at the mother giving birth and they look slightly to the left and they see a televangelist who's like, give me your money and God says so. And they're like, wow, he's devoted.
That's devotion right there. Asking for money? Devotion. Are you kidding me? On television?
Yeah, nobody would do that.
I gotta name my baby Seal after him.
All right, let's talk about Zeina Abirached real quick.
Okay.
A Lebanese illustrator, graphic novelist, and comic artist.
Ooh, I love comics.
I thought that said con artist for a second.
That's why she's in Wikipedia. If you didn't know, Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, is a website that's meant to sort of catalog every con artist that's active.
You know,
so you can avoid them.
I think that technically you are right, because if there is someone who is a con artist, then they are of enough note to have a Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, like, there's people who do cons, sure.
Well, I mean, Zeina Abirached is on Wikipedia, and, you know, she's a con artist. So.
Yeah.
That proves my point.
Yeah, because there's a difference between doing a con and being a con artist.
What is that line, actually? Because I've been trying to break into that, and I've done at least a couple cons, maybe 3. I don't know how many I need to log in. I have a friend who's done many cons, is conning left and right.
It's not about quantity, it's about quality.
Oh, okay.
You really do need an art
how
degree.
many quality cons do you need to be a con artist?
Really, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. So it's how many quality cons?
So what's the quality of how many cons?
The quality of how many cons would be a number.
The quality of your number of cons is what I'm saying.
Probably positive. I don't think that you can do negative cons.
I think that most cons would be perceived as negative from the receivers of the cons. I'm talking about the quality of the number, like 4.
I'd say it's positive for the receivers of
5.
Because they're receiving
6,
the benefits of the...
7.
Let's move on from Zeina Abirached.
All right, Emily, okay, Peruvian, Buildwall, Gene, HMS.
The HMS Superb.
Oh, that's a ship. Oh, yeah.
No, that is.
It doesn't have any sails.
Battleship.
It has no sails.
It doesn't have a sail.
Wait, are those the same ship down there? Yeah, no sails.
Yeah. Fellas, I knew we were forgetting something.
Yeah. Here's your
They get
problem.
out, they're like,
the guy's,
there's a stiff breeze, Captain.
Yeah.
He's like, raise that. Oh!
I don't understand why my ship isn't going anywhere.
Oh gosh.
I've
Captain,
been
sir, we need sails.
I've been yelling at my
What?
crewmen. We've been mopping. We have tons of limes.
I've run from one of the edges of the ship to the other edge repeatedly, looking at the water.
Are you saying that he's like running from the back of the ship to the front and then stopping really fast, hoping that that's gonna make the ship move forward?
Yes.
Yeah. If we get the whole crew to do it, he's just going back and forth. They're like, "Oh man, yeah, Captain,
The crew is like, Captain,
you
we
need
could just get some sails.
to get some sails." Yeah. All right, sail this ship. Let's move on.
All right. Her poop and forecastle were enlarged.
That's the sign of a quality ship. Big poop. Big poop means good ship.
Big poop, enlarged Hercules with
And
heavier
16
armament.
and 16 10-inch muzzle
10-inch
loaders.
That's the highest number of heavy guns of uniform caliber ever carried on a British battleship.
That sounds like a
That's
fact.
poop.
That sounds like a fact that I would forget halfway through you telling me it. In fact, I'm not sure what I was referring to when I said that. So
All right. How deep is your love?
it's deep, yeah.
Well, this is also a song by American dance punk band The Rapture.
Oh, I thought you said dense punk. It's like it's
Just like it's punk but faster.
yeah, it's denser, yeah.
They're trying to fit more anti-government
Right.
notions in there.
There's more music in it, overall.
Right. Dense punk.
Dense punk.
They're like, they get on the stage, they're like, you know who we are, we gotta go quickly.
Yeah, exactly. And then they just recite all of the works of Karl Marx.
They're wearing like 2 pairs of Doc Martens.
Yeah, the drummer
Really
holds
trying to
4
get in there.
drumsticks. This is
got,
the
like, the
origin
front-
of the double guitar. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where it
This
came
is
from.
the origin of the Mohawk.
This is the origin of the double bass.
It's the origin of the Mohawk because they were trying to like figure out the most punk hairstyle, and some of them were like, yeah, what if it's like spikes everywhere and the spikes are going everywhere, and someone else is like, yeah, but I really feel like we should stick to like our skinhead roots, and someone else is like, fellas,
Yeah.
skinhead with spikes,
Let's cram all the concepts together. We got dense punk, boys.
dense punk.
Yep.
Genre. Wait, but in genre it says alternative dance and new disco.
Because disco wasn't enough. Because someone heard
did this
disco.
album come out?
Someone heard
Okay,
disco
sorry.
and said, this is good.
This sounds fucking incredible. I need to listen to this after we're done with this podcast.
Make a
because
note.
This is alternative dance punk new disco. And
Yeah.
it was a part of Adult Swim's 2011 singles program.
Well, I do like
Thanks,
Adult
Adult
Swim's choices.
God, every time Adult Swim comes out with something, I'm like, God, I don't care whether I like this or not. I just love Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Because it really just seems like
very
an
satisfying.
artist collective,
Yeah, I do get that feeling.
Of all the networks that are probably scummy but have
Yeah.
done very well for their image, Adult Swim is up there.
And I feel like, the MTV used to be like that.
Yeah.
They had the
for
collective feel, and they were like on the boundary of everything, and
sure. Oh, it's going to be sad when Adult Swim goes the route
Yeah.
of MTV. Because
Yeah.
it's going to take a while for us to find something better. I feel like Rick and Morty may have been the herald of that.
yeah, you think that's like the mainstay of the depressionizing of Adult Swim.
I feel like it's well, MTV was mainstream, and there's no argument to that. So I think that mainstream and encouraging artist collectivism are different, but
Yeah.
it's sort of like how collectivized versus how much profit it can make. And I feel like Rick and Morty is kind of, Roiland has been a mainstay of weird stuff for long enough that he is now like kind of a progenitor of anything further that will come out of that genre, you know?
Yeah.
So it kind of feels like we have developed a guard, and when you develop a guard in a collective, it's inevitable that some people are going to get mad with it, and artists are going to start leaving, and eventually it just turns into not necessarily bad, but the same.
Right. Well, on that depressing note, I think we should end this episode of...
I think so, too. It's been about an hour.
The Wiki... So. What did you call it? The Wiki...
I do not remember, and I think we should just call it Horse Tennis.
Okay. It's called Horse Tennis.
Got it. This was the first episode of Horse Tennis. Please cover
Welcome to our podcast. This is Horse Tennis. For the next hour, you'll be following us on a journey through, horse tennis.
Wait, hold on. This is just an introduction again.
It's not. That's not what it is. It's not.
Yeah, sure. All right, well, I'm just going to click stop now.
Me too.
And I recommend you do the same.
I'll do it.
Did you click stop? You fucking idiot. Now I have the stage to myself. Yeah, you can't hear what he's saying now because it's just me. All right, now I'll click stop. Bye, everybody. I love you. And please come back again for Horse Tennis episode 2.